Good evening. Welcome to tonight's Oxventure, brought to you by me, Prudence. I'd just like to let you know that we, the Oxventurers Guild, will be coming to MCM Comic-Con this May. We'll be there on the Friday with a live D&D show, and on the Saturday with a panel and a signing, times TBC. So get your tickets at the official site, link in the description, and keep an eye on our social channels for the times as we get them. Now, on with the show.
Hey everyone, welcome to a new season of Oxventure. How exciting! This is the Extinction arc. What could it mean? Secrets abound.
We're all going extinct at the end of the season.
It doesn't mean dinosaurs are out. I'm going.
Well, we'll find out, won't we? I am Corazon de Baena, the human pirate rogue and fearless, bold leader of the guild. No one contradict that.
I am Egbert, the Dragonborn Paladin. Very fearful, not the leader, not terribly bold either.
I'm Prudence, the Tiefling Warlock, and we never elected a leader.
It's true, actually.
How can you talk to your leader this way?
All right.
No, after you.
After you.
No, I couldn't possibly.
Okay. All right, I'll just break this. Hi, I am Merilwen, the Wood Elf Druid, and I like turning into a cat sometimes.
I'm Dob, the half-orc bard. I like turning into a cat all the time. Trouble is, I can't do it. Yes, I like playing music and doing acrobatic musical spells and having a good time and just basically doing right by our good leader.
Yeah. Well, there'll be none of those things under my leadership.
No, that's tough, but fair.
And I'm literally everyone else in the world.
Yay!
So in the loosest possible sense, I will be leading this adventure. The self-affirmation I say every single time we do this in the mirror. I will lead the adventure. I will lead the adventure. So let's get started. I'll offer something up, and then you can just seize it right out of my hands and do something horrible with it. How does that sound?
Sounds brilliant.
Sounds like volleyball.
Wonderful. Yeah, pretty much.
What?
I said,
How are you playing volleyball?
into my nose. All right, let's get this puppy
How do you
bleeding.
play volleyball?
This adventure, Extinction, starts about a week after the conclusion of the last arc, Legacy of Dragons. You have been catching up with Dob's sister, Suzette, who of course appeared at the end of the last arc, and promised to help you in your quest to find a suitable home for the frost dragon to raise a clutch of eggs, with the help of the golden dragon, who is also looking for a place to live, because of course Mistmire has now been turned into a luxury apartment for a dragon called Giovanni. So you've travelled on the Joyful Damnation for a good stretch. You are heading to an island, you've been told. The dragons have been sent ahead, they're scouting out a new home for themselves, and you've anchored the Joyful Damnation because you need to complete the next leg of this journey in a boat with a shallower draft, because you are heading upriver. You are currently heading upriver on a paddle boat. It's got a steam engine. It's got twin paddles, like chuff, 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 chuff. It's called the Ban Marie. And generally, you're sort of having a nice time. And Suzette has been filling you in on exactly where you are going and why it is a suitable location for some dragons. To wit, Suzette is working for a brilliant philanthropist. This man is called Professor Hammerdal, who is creating a nature reserve. Now, this nature reserve is primarily for endangered species, because there are a lot of animals in Geth whose numbers have been drastically reduced.
Nothing to do with us, I say, defensively.
Okay, sure.
Go on, Suzette.
I will. She says also that Hammerdal is a man of great vision and is even looking to bring back some extinct species that Geth's sort of climate sorely needs.
Because they're delicious.
Not quite, Chorus. I mean, there may be.
There could be.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean,
we don't know.
Why
That's the
don't we
problem.
try and eat one? No. We need to sort
Why
of...
did they go extinct in the first place? Probably because they were too delicious.
Exactly, and that's a problem. So, safe to say, we've got a lot of work to do, actually, explains Suzette.
Yeah.
And says,
Developing sources.
Well, we need you to source some specimens, some of the rare sort of animals. We may need help sort of rounding some of those up. And why are you smacking your lips? No, Source.
Oh, sorry. It was unrelated lip smacking. Thirsty is all.
Yeah, he often says it's unrelated lip smacking. A weird amount, he says it.
Yeah, I take a long pull from my hip flask. There we go, much better now, I say.
Look, Corazon's not going to eat any of the creatures, Suzette. This sounds like important work.
Yeah.
We're all about... Marilyn, you love preservation, you love nature, right?
This is entirely my jam. I'm in my element right now.
We're singing from the Marilyn hymn sheet.
Okay.
So, yeah, I mean, what do you need us to find? Dragonflies?
Well, I'll let the professor sort of explain all that. He's kind of...
Sure.
He has the major oversight, and I'm just kind of...
Sure.
Just sort of, I mull things over and see what needs to get done, and
okay.
That's sort of more my job. But there is another thing.
I discreetly remove handfuls of dragonflies from my pockets.
Dump them over the side.
Guess we won't be needing these, Marilyn.
Okay.
Okay, in fairness, they are alive.
Oh.
Okay. Oh, good, they're fine.
Yeah.
Is that a new spell dog? Cloud of dragonflies.
There's also something else. Again, the professor will explain. There is sort of we have the odd sort of medical problem with some of the resurgent species, we call them.
That's why they brought you on with your brilliant medicinal traits and expertise.
Exactly. And it's also partly why I sought you lot out. But we'll get to that later.
Sort out.
All we need to do is just sort of sit back and enjoy the ride, and soon we'll be in the reserve. Well, actually, we're already in the reserve. The most of the stuff, all the buildings and the laboratory and stuff, it's further upriver. So we've got a couple of hours to carry on with the journey. But actually, some of the species that we're sort of fostering are already here in the water, which is nice, isn't it?
Whoa!
Yeah.
I trail my hand into the water. See what we got down here.
Wiggle those fingers.
I use my eyes to look at the water.
All right.
We're
Wisdom
not going to
perception,
enjoy
please.
its cool,
Officially
refreshing.
out
I
needs your
would like
eyes.
to also have a look, see what creature sacrifice.
Wisdom perception, please.
21.
1.
That is 24.
Great. Okay, so Dob, you see a lovely kind of koi carp with sort of the cream and orange markings. It kind of
It's a lovely koi carp.
swims up sort of
Cream
curiously.
orange markings.
And when
Seems curious.
when a fish kind of goes to have a nibble, and it's almost like kissing your fingertip.
Aw.
Kissing your
It's going to
fingertips.
kiss my
like that.
fingers.
Corazon and Marilyn, you both see sort of a humanoid figure with green skin, webbed hands and feet, and sort of like weird, sharp sort of fins coming off of its forearms, and sort of like an almost creature from the Black Lagoon style sort of crest on each side of its face, ridges down its back. Sort of just swim expertly up to Dob and just take this whole hand up to the wrist in its mouth and give it a good old-fashioned bite.
I'm going to kick its face.
Your roll for initiative is what you'll do.
All right, then.
Dob, you take 5 points of piercing damage.
Ooh, This carp is bigger than I expected. And not as good a kisser as most carp.
And not very coy.
No, not very coy, Marilyn.
24.
I say,
24.
nodding in approval and wincing in pain.
If you're quite done making puns, can you roll for initiative?
I got a 20.
All right, great.
Do I have to get involved with this?
Yes.
Oh,
Oh, yes.
On the sun deck size.
I mean, you can stay on the sun deck as your action.
that's a 5. I'll be on the sun deck for a while.
I got
Great.
18.
6.
In fact, before we dive into combat, where is everyone right now? What is everyone doing? Pretend that I haven't just asked you to roll for initiative. What would you be doing on a nice paddle boat? It is a lovely day. There's sort of mangrove trees dipping their roots into the water, and there's sort of a light mist from where beneath the roots there's water evaporating.
Well, as I was part of the conversation, I think I probably would have been stood next to Dob, and Dob thrust his hand into the water, whereas I just sort of peered over the edge.
Yeah, I think all three of us are kind of like in a row on one side, like being like, "Ooh, what can you see?"
All right, great.
Yeah, and it thrust my hand into the water. Obviously, we're on a lovely boat ride. I've been sat near the edge, just enjoying the cool, refreshing waters.
Just trailing your
trailing,
hand in
trailing
there.
my hand
But
inside
how did
cross-legged.
it get there? Did you place it?
How
Did you
did-
lower it?
Oh,
Did you thrust it?
I would say I dipped. I would say it slipped into the water.
Laconically.
I would say first I just did like this with a few fingers,
Yeah.
creating just a few little ripples from a couple of the fingers, and then it gradually just.
Whoa!
Yeah! Wow.
God, that is idyllic. All right, great.
Yeah.
Prudence.
I'm on the sun deck.
Sun deck.
I imagine, where is Suzette? Can she be on the sun deck?
Yeah.
I'm adjacent to Suzette on the sun deck. I'm gazing around the preserve, the island preserve that we're on, with a pair of little eldritch binoculars. They look like opera glasses.
Yes,
They've
on a
kind
stick.
of got tentacles on them. Yeah, and just eyeing up this new domain,
Cool.
seeing if it's in need of a regime change.
Perfect. I'm imagining eldritch binoculars just show you everything up close, but also if it was on fire. Like everything's just red tinged.
Looks good.
Like little opera glass.
Looks good.
Great. Yeah, Suzette
mine.
is kind of stretched out with it. She's wearing just sort of like some sunglasses, but they look quite scholarly nonetheless. In fact, they are scholarly glasses with flip downs.
Yes.
And she's kind of just been sort of sunning herself with her eyes closed while filling you in on all of this.
I see.
Next to you on a third lounger is Seal Gaiman, just like sunning his tummy.
We have to spray him with water every now and then.
Spritz
Yeah.
him.
Wet him
Spritz
down.
him. Yeah.
Yeah. Egbert, what are you up to?
I think I've probably spent the last hour hypnotised by the motion of the paddle going round. So I think Egbert's just been watching this thing going. For like an hour.
You can have inspiration.
Oh.
All right. Well,
But I did roll an 18, so I'm ready to spring into action.
tremendous. 18. I got that wrong. Alrighty. Well, we start with Corazon. Corazon, there is some sort of.
Wait, was yours a natural 20?
No.
Oh, okay.
There is some sort of fantastical fish man on the end of Dob.
On the end of top.
Yep.
I go, and then semi-remembering these as probably protected species, I just sort of kick it in the head.
All right. Yeah. Make me a roll.
That's a natural 20.
Kick his head off.
Careful, my arm's in there.
I tell you what. Let's have a little. We'll have a little.
Maybe that's how. Just the fact that he does it really well and aims for a good spot. Like if a horse bites, like you've got to kind of
You've
like
got to
tap
kick it in
it
just the right spot.
on the. You've got to like
There's
poke its
a
jaw.
spot on a merman that will just turn his muscles off.
Yeah, just like,
Actually,
like just like there's like you got to do the what's it pinch
Vulcan
and
nerve.
Vulcan
Yeah.
nerve pinch and
You
then
know
just
there's
go
little puppet toys with a button on the bottom, and you
That
sort of
makes
press the
sense.
thing, and all
Yeah,
the string
yeah.
goes slack.
Yeah. Just
Okay.
finding that maybe
That's the
you found
energy I'm
that
taking
good
into
nerve.
2023.
Like that.
Sure. Yeah.
Collapsed
Go on then. It was a natural 20. Of course it was. Can you roll me damage for foot, please?
Yes. What's the damage dice on a foot?
Well, an improvised weapon is like 1d4 plus something.
How pointy the boots you're wearing today?
They're quite pointy and probably covered in heavy, elaborate buckles.
Oh, great. We'll call it 1d8 plus 1.
Right.
Why not?
For each buckle.
Yeah. Oh, God.
3 plus 1 is 4.
Okay, 4. You know what? You think you might have got like a little nerve ending because you kind of, as your toe sort of connects, you sort of hook in behind one of the sort of fin plates, and it kind of goes like, and like its whole body like, and it sort of lets go, and then kind of fixes its eye on you and gives out a weird fishman-like hiss, almost as if it's communicating with others.
Oh.
Merylwen, what do?
I cast animal friendship.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm going to try it.
We'll find out.
I'm going to try it, and then you guys are all my backup.
Okay. Yeah.
What percentage fish, what percentage man?
Yeah, exactly. I'm hoping we'll fish the
You could-
man.
51% fish, we're in the clear.
Animal friendship should let you talk to the animal in every man.
Humans are animals, everybody.
Yeah.
Oh my god, you're blowing my mind right
Prudence
now.
is,
Yeah.
so right.
Oh my god, what are you thinking about it?
I mean, we have society, sure, but inside all of us there's an animal trying to get free, and that's the bit Merylwen can talk to.
Okay, cast
You're
it.
right. Why are we even wearing these clothes?
You cast it. Tell me what you want to say to this thing.
Like, we don't want to fight you. Go in peace.
Okay.
Bless you, fishman.
Make me an intelligence nature check,
It
please.
bit my arm, so it'd be like, oh good, I'm glad you don't want to attack me. This is going to be an easy kill.
Hand over your wallet. Go ye in peace.
Okay, that's a dirty 20.
All right. You, as the minute you say this, you're like, why am I bothering?
Yeah.
Because the thing kind of like, you're not sure if it understands you, but it kind of narrows its eyes, and then with the combination of all of its fins, it makes a gesture that is so rude.
Everyone covering your eyes.
It hurls an utterly vile insult at you, and
I
you realise
mentally add
that
it to my repertoire.
what you are dealing with are some
Throws up the middle fin.
Sahuagin.
Sahuagin.
You're dealing with some Sahuagin, who are sort of just evil.
Sorry, so who again?
They are basically a predatory, peace-in race that ventures from the ocean's black depths to hunt the creatures of the shallows and shore. They worship a shark god called Sekola.
I should be pretty familiar with these guys, right? Having spent so much time at sea.
Yes, I would say so.
Suzette, are these part of your conservation area? I shout.
No!
Oh,
Get him!
All
She
right.
yells back. Now you mention it. Look, you sort of the way it kind of went when you kicked it in the head reminded you of kicking another fishman in the head at some other interval.
so many fishmen, so many
These
kids.
things are not endangered. These are least concern. In fact, like there are many island municipalities across Geth that will offer bounties for these things because they're not nice.
All right.
I was about to do a swear there, but I stopped myself.
Weapons free, folks.
Indeed, we are weapons free, and oh no, it's the Sahuagin next. So, let's see. 14. Corazon, what's your AC?
15.
Oh, so close, but not enough, Sahuagin. The Sahuagin, kind of reaches down onto the riverbed and pulling up like a great cloud of silt that billows from the water. It launches a spear at you, and it cuts past your head and just into the side of a cabin.
Wow.
Oi!
They've got spears. Definitely not animals.
It's gonna do a big old hiss, and then it's gonna try and climb up onto the side. And
I think I've got this spear now.
I'm afraid it doesn't make it properly onto the ship, but it launches itself up. It kind of swims up, grabs hold of the rail, and plants its feet. So it's now kind of sat gargoyle-like on the rail.
Is my arm still in it?
No.
No,
I
it
kicked
let go
it
when
off.
It let
Yeah.
go.
Oh, yeah,
Corazon kicked it.
Oh, cool. All right.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Corazon.
Just a leader looking out for his minions.
I give a big thumbs up. Is there a thumb there?
There is a thumb there. It's
You
kind
could
of like
describe it as a thumb.
pointing sort of that way. Like
All right, that's fine.
it's now double jointed,
Oh,
which is great.
Hey,
why
guess you've got a new
every
joint.
time Dob gets hurt do I improve him? I don't know what's going on there, but
You can hit the forbidden chords now.
the rest of you hear the whooshing of other spears flying through
for
the air,
God's
and in
sake.
fact, one goes clear over the top of the Ban Marie, and another one goes into the.
This is the worst critical one anyone has ever rolled, I think, in the history of
Yeah,
Oxventure.
nice one. Dog.
Well done for trailing your fingers in the water so badly.
Johnny Egbert's talking out of turn order.
It's actually my turn next.
No one likes a snitch, dog. So you
I use my bonus action to yell at
I use my bonus action to knock on it.
one spear goes clean over the top of the ban marine. The other one goes into the sort of the boathouse on the other side. So like if you imagine the sort of paddle boat, you've got one over here. You've got at least one over there, and then another one that's and then you hear like a plotch noise, and a sort of and you realise that one of these Sahuagin kind of rose out of the water to throw their spear, and in so doing, caught the spear of the one behind it clean through the throat. Because
bunch of idiots.
the one who threw that one rolled a 1. So yeah, you've got two more and a corpse.
Okay.
That's sort of now floating face down with a lot of blood trailing in the water.
Valuable intel. Now we know they're vulnerable to having their throats hit apart with spears.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Egbert.
You throw a toaster in the river or something.
That one that's sitting on the side on the rail.
Yep.
Can I just do like a big running drop kick and kick it
Absolutely.
as far as possible? Like I mean, serious distance, please.
What if you did a roundhouse kick and kicked him into the propeller?
Yeah, I mean, I could try that. I could try.
You could try and aim it
All
that
right.
way to
try feeding
Choose
it.
your kick, drop kick or roundhouse.
I mean, now that you mention a roundhouse, although the thing about Egbert is I don't know how supple he is. I don't know if he's supple enough to raise his leg above his head.
It's difficult
We're
because
working on his
obviously
hip flexors.
The key thing isn't the roundhouse, right? It's the mincing in propeller. That's, you know.
You could do a loop around and approach him from the other direction and drop kick him into the propeller.
Maybe
Paddle wheel.
I just pick him up and throw him into the propeller.
There you go.
Do what you want.
All right, sure, yeah, that
All right,
requires
I
less.
changed my mind. I'm going to do that.
Okay, sure.
I like how it was described as like a sort of paddle boat, but now in our mind it's all turned to kind of like.
Also, it is the only means of propelling this boat up the river, I've just realised.
Yes.
I'm doing.
Fine. We'll clean all the bits out of it.
What am I rolling? Strength. To hoist.
It's strength athletics, please, to pick it up. It's
That
going
is a 21.
because I rolled an 18. You managed to grab hold of it.
Right.
'Cause it's
Above the
time-
head. Absolutely sent into the paddle.
Lawn dart you
Going
into the paddle.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I just tweaked the sort of the frills for aerodynamics and then javelin that thing.
Catches an updraft.
It kind of like
This is like a
Corkscrews.
rifled bullet.
The throw is it's perfect. It actually lances through two of the slats of the paddle boat. So for a couple of rotations, you just see it kind of like pinioned against the inside of the wheel. But then slowly and in sort of like a supple fish-like way, its head starts to get dragged back, and then its back kind of follows until it's kind of half in and half out the paddle boat.
Right.
And then you just start hearing sort of like a cracking sort of rending, mincing noise, and the water starts to churn. The paddle boat, I'm going to say, because this is. There's quite a bit of resistance being generated here by the paddle boat, and it's chewing through it, don't get me wrong. But currently this paddle is not working as efficiently as the other one, so the paddle boat is going to start drifting toward the left. That is something I'm going to need you all to factor in if you want, or you can crash the boat. I don't mind.
I can attack twice. Is there another one I can grab and throw into the other paddle?
Even
to
it out.
reset the balance.
I can't believe I gave you inspiration for something so innocuous, because that is genius. I mean, there are Sahuagin on the other side.
Are they within reaching distance?
You haven't really moved, so I'm going to say you can use your move, sure.
Yeah, what's your movement speed?
I don't. 30, whatever that means.
The indignation in the voice.
30 miles an hour? What does that even mean?
You can move 30 feet.
Feet!
I've never had to look at that.
30 miles an hour.
30 miles an hour.
Season 5, everyone.
So some players play with like a grid,
Have you
and
been imagining?
each grid is 5
Why would
feet.
they do that?
Have you been imagining
so
us
if
all
it's
moving at 30 miles an hour up
No.
to this point?
You can go.
It was a facetious comment.
Oh, sure.
That everyone is taking
Sure.
far too
I was only kidding, guys.
Oh my god.
You can move 30 feet.
I'm so happy.
Per what?
Round.
Yeah.
Round.
And a round is like
6 seconds.
6 seconds.
Oh, good God.
Well, is it 30 feet?
Oh my God.
Welcome back, John.
Well, no, I'm going to say the rail is about 10 feet away, but then I'm going to say another 10 foot from that, you've got Sahuagin in the water.
So you could run to it, back, to it again.
Yeah.
Just use all your feet.
He's got loads of time.
Get some steps.
Yeah.
Water
Steps
is
in.
harder to move through. I'm not really going to call it difficult terrain, but normally that takes sort of like, for every 10 foot you move, you would have to...
I would
move
argue
like
that
15.
if Dob can trail his hand in the water, then I can reach into the water and grab.
Okay. Which one are you going to... Are you trying to grab one of the live ones?
Do they
Are you
have
trying to
names,
Grab
or-
the corpse? They don't have names, no.
This fight is so combative.
So
I want
sorry.
the live one.
So
I'm not
you
throwing
would
a
do-
corpse in there.
There you
Why
go.
not?
Well,
The corpse will have the same like mechanical qualities as the live one. you
Yes,
know,
but the
like-
we will need to kill the live ones, don't we?
That's true. That is true. But it's easier
That's
to
not the
throw.
object- Wait, have
easier
I
to throw a
misunderstood the
corpse.
objective of combat as well?
No, I was just giving you options.
You kill the live
The
ones.
objective of combat is to use all your movement speed.
Right,
Egbert, at 30 miles an hour, zooms across the side of the boat. Like a small moped.
Just imagining a blackboard now. And it's like speed equals distance over time.
It's Egbert with the maths meme.
You can grab any which one you would like.
Good. The live one, please. I'm going to send it into the other paddle.
I can't remember a time before this turn started.
Me neither.
Can I roll again for it? I can't remember.
Yes, please. You need to strength athletics again to grab.
That is only 10.
This one dodges back
Dang it.
and sort of actually slaps your wrist away
Ooh.
and makes another vile.
I get back on my invisible
fish
moped.
gesture.
30 miles an hour.
Drive off at 30 miles an hour.
Delv, it's your go.
Okay. So remind me how many alive ones there are.
There are 2 more that are alive.
Okay, and there's sort of a smashed up, sliced up one kind of as chum in the water behind.
And bits
Well,
of it in the
so
propeller.
Bits of it in the propeller.
Okay, so if you are facing forward,
Yes.
on the port side, you've got the paddle that is still chewing away on
Yeah.
the dead Sahuagin. You've got 2 living ones, and you've got the corpse of a dead one with a spear sticking out of its neck.
Okay. I would like to look at the 2 alive ones, and I'd like to just sort of like just basically do a big gesture to get their attention. And I mean, I don't know if they speak common, probably not. So I'm just going to use universally accepted signs to sort of gesture to the one with a spear through its neck and be like, good eating.
Okay, please
Sorry,
show
what?
me these gestures.
Okay. All right. So attention. Ooh, spear through neck.
Do you want to use like a spell or anything?
I don't need to. I think I thought about this. I was going to like do Shatter or Thunderwave in the water or something. But I think like Suzette's here. I'm trying to appear less barbaric than you know. In front of your family, you swear less. You know, it's that kind. You know.
You kill fewer Sahuagin.
Yeah.
Okay, so what is...
I'm taking a gamble that there is sort of open to cannibalism.
See.
Yeah.
All right, well, make me a charisma performance check. You can have
Oh.
advantage because you
I thought you were
actually...
threatening
was that
to
not-
I
eat him.
thought it, I thought like
it
you
was
wanted
a
to eat
you
his
should fear
friend.
me
Yeah.
kind of deal.
I understood.
I was like,
The one with
thought, right, I'd be like-
-1 wisdom understood.
yeah, I was
That's how
like,
you know it's a great plan.
Your
Yeah, well,
friend
I am
is going to make a
communicating.
fine meal for me, Dob, the
The
Sahuagin
Sahuagin
eater.
So
eater.
just to sort of
Famous.
let them know that I'm going to eat.
His friend.
Okay. Well.
I mean,
I'm
they
sorry,
probably think that
viewers
too.
at
That's
home.
probably a pleasant side effect.
Okay. So what was it? Sorry, Johnny. Charisma.
Charisma performance, please.
Charisma
You can have advantage on account of actually doing the mimes.
Oh, thanks. Okay.
Although there's been so much more lip smacking in this episode already than I think has been in the sum total of the Oxventures so far.
When's
Yeah.
lunch?
It's only a 9.
It's only a 9.
Both rolls. 2 rolls.
Was I making? Oh,
It's
gosh, it was an advantage.
Yeah.
Sorry. Hooray! Thanks, Corazon. What a great leader you've become. 11. Whew, good job, I got to roll twice.
Okay, so I've made wisdom insight checks for the 2 remaining Sahuagin. One of them rolled a 15 and one of them rolled a 1.
Hey!
Okay.
So
Do you have to be smart or not smart to eat your dead
this
friend?
is the thing. So I think we can
Big
interpret
question.
from this that one of them is going to start eating the other.
Yeah,
It's
but
just
is
which
it the
one.
smart one?
I think I'm going to say no. The one who rolled a 1 suddenly is like, I am hungry. You're right, I am hungry.
Cannibalism
I
is
should
a
eat
good
my
idea.
friend.
Yeah.
We've never done it before.
Rex, blood, blood in the water. Here's, get out of danger.
food.
Here's food.
In fact, you see,
Just to sell it, I'm going to start walking towards it as if I want to eat it, to just incite a little competitiveness.
Sort of tuck your
Okay.
napkin into your...
Yeah.
okay, well, as you look at the two Sahuagin, one of them narrows his eyes, and you see him just reach into the silt for a spear, staring directly at you as if to say, I'm going to throw a spear at you now.
Yeah, I see you.
The other one's pupils go, and it just dives under the water and then comes up like with the arm of its former compatriot in its mouth, just kind of like trying to pull bits off of its bicep. As a complication, I will say that Seal Gaiman did also see this. And
is now a cannibal.
Well, it's not
Well, no, 'cause it's
No,
not a
he's
seal.
not. He's a different thing.
Nor is it a former human.
Yeah.
Basically, you've sold Seal Gaiman on this. Seal Gaiman slips into the water.
Oh!
And with like a boop, starts like just like makes a pass and takes like 3 fingers off the left hand of this thing. And it's
Whoa.
kind of just like.
Got a
Am I
taste
not
for
feeding you
humanoid.
well enough, Seal Gaiman?
Well, obviously not. All he eats is Scotch eggs. It's not a balanced diet.
All the major food
He's
groups
got
covered.
deficiencies.
Egg, ham,
Scotch.
breadcrumbs.
The pyramid.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
That
Alright.
seal really should have scurvy. Can seals get scurvy?
Great question.
Who knows?
Not with all the limes you're stuffing.
Why not write in the comments? if seals can
They
get
can get
scurvy?
scurvy.
Excuse me?
Scurvish.
Scurvy-ish. No.
Scurvy.
Prudence, please. It's your go.
Okay, I rise from the sunbed
No, no.
and then I walk
With your huge sun hat.
with my
And your big
enormous sun
reflector.
hat.
Cucumbers off
And
the
then
eyes.
Bram Stoker Dracula sunglasses.
Yeah, your copy of Cosmopolitan is thrown to the side.
And I walk at my own pace, which is 30,
30 miles an hour.
30 months.
Yeah.
towards the impaired paddle of the ship. On my way, I pick up a boat hook. And when I get there, I start jiggling the paddle at the bits of Sahuagin that I kind of crammed in so we don't crash. Just trying to dislodge
Nice.
the fleshy bits of sea monster.
Yeah.
Fishman.
Okay.
Just trying to clear the area.
The temptation to make this wisdom animal handling.
Oh.
Let's call this
Yes.
a...
Yes.
Kind of want to say Dex Acrobatics, actually, because you're kind of having to like
lean in.
time it really well.
Yeah, because it's still rotating, but slower.
Yeah,
So
slower, yes.
Poking bits of Sahuagin out of the slats.
Yeah.
Whatever you would call them. Right, you said dexterity acrobatics.
Mhm.
I'm certainly no acrobat. So that's a 17.
You know what? That'll absolutely do it.
Yeah,
You're
poke,
kind of
poke,
like chop, 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 push, push, push. And as is so often the case when you're around, the water turns even redder. Like you didn't know there could be so much blood in a Sahuagin, but it's certainly there now, and it's certainly in the water. But more importantly, the wheel starts to speed up, and so the paddle boat is no longer turning and heading directly for the side. However, now that the paddles have evened,
On a slant.
it's still sort
Yeah.
of heading. So
Yes.
ideally someone needs to get onto the tiller, because you feel like maybe at the edge of sort of it's a pretty big waterway. You're on a really very big river, like think the Amazon kind of big. You've got a little while before then, but you suspect already the waterway is getting narrower to the sides,
Yes.
because you sort of feel under your feet sort of like a rumbling, kind of like something grates against the side of the Ban Marie, and you
Yes.
kind of like, whoa, like struggle to keep your feet for a split second. It stops, curiously, but you hit something.
Okay.
It's Suzette's go now. What would Suzette do?
Maybe fix the boat issue.
I think
I think she'd go for the steering.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right, Suzette, you're up. Let's do... There should just be a seafaring roll in this game, I swear. Okay, that'll absolutely do it. Let's call it Dex Acrobatics. I rolled it before I did it, but I rolled high. Suzette kind of like runs and like mantles over the like, if you imagine the captain's cabin's got like a big window here, the window's kind of open. She kind of like mantles over the side through the window and then just kind of grabs the tiller and like woof, spins it the other way. Puts one of those fun little hats on that like
Steamboat Bill kind of.
Exactly, yeah. Kind of like flings it back and then it's like, okay, we're back on course.
Nice. Thanks, sis.
Nice.
Corazon, it's your turn.
Okay, so we've got one Sahuagin who isn't feasting on the flesh of their...
Yep.
Okay.
And
what
one that's
position?
fighting a seal.
Yeah. What position is that one in?
That
Currently.
one is well, it's currently directly in front of you, readying to throw a spear at your
Oh. Well,
person.
I suppose I'll hit it with my cutlass then.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
It's kind of it's not on the boat. It's in the water.
But it's within 5 feet of me.
No, I'd say it's like 10 feet out from the railing. So if you wanna run it through the cutlass, you're gonna have to get wet.
Man. I'm not going to do any damage if I try and hit it from here. All right. I clamp a dagger in my teeth and I dive over the side
Nice.
at the Sahuagin, and then
I do some swashbuckling.
I sneak attack it.
Great. Perfect.
Yeah.
I'm kind of imagining
Stealthily.
jumping off the sort of more off the front, waiting for the current to carry you back, so you sort of like
Yeah.
that sort of
Cool.
thing. Which would be surprising if your mark had suddenly jumped off and you're like, "Where are they?"
Ah, yeah.
There's a dagger in my guts. Make a roll, please.
Okay.
AC is 12.
Okay. Well, I rolled a 13, and there are some modifiers.
There we go.
So
You're in.
Great. All right. Sneak attack. Okay, that's 5, 9, 11, 16, 18.
18. Okay. It's not quite dead, but functionally, yes, it is. It's going to be dead very soon with the amount you've opened up. What does it look like?
So yeah, I'm being sort of swept back with the current, and I sort of put my cutlass out in front of it and allow the current to just sort of carry me forward as the cutlass just goes straight into the Sahuagin.
Dang.
And then I sort of jiggle it around a bit just to cause maximum damage. And then I would like to use my bonus action to try and dash back towards the boat if I can.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna
Sort of like
Dash. Swim.
dash. Well, yeah,
Water
I can
dash.
dash, disengage, or hide. So I
Okay.
guess dash is what I'm.
let's say, cinematically, you've still got hold of the cutlass. You put both of your feet on the Sahuagin's chest and push off.
Yes.
Like you're
back
pushing off
towards
from the
boat.
wall of a swimming pool.
Yeah.
You can just about get a hand on the rail, so you'll be able
I'm
to climb back
hanging-
on. But currently,
Right.
you're trailing in the water.
Okay.
How
How does it look? Cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Great.
Rakish, you know, that sort of thing.
Rakish.
See. Right. In fact, can you just make me a wisdom perception check, please, Corazon?
It's a natural one.
Uh-oh.
Cool.
Cool. Nothing
perceive.
happening.
Okay, with a 1, there is so much blood in the water you are convinced that somehow the entire river has caught fire. In fact, you're in a river of lava somehow. Oh god, everyone's going to die. The boat's made of wood. You're all going to immolate and die. So everyone needs to save themselves.
Okay.
This is surely it for all of the Oxventurers.
Okay.
Just bear that in mind for the next
All
combat
right. I
round.
try and stay strong for my my team.
Okay. Great. Merylwyn, it's your turn now.
Right, so what's left? Who's left?
There is a Sahuagin that is currently trying to eat its friend, and Seal Gaiman is also trying to eat said same friend. They're starting to snarl at each other now. They're like they both, it's embarrassing. They've both got sort of like a flank
Yeah.
in their mouths, and they're just kind of growling at each other.
It's like a
and
horrible Lady in the Tramp.
Yeah. You think it's about to kick off.
So I've got to
When
deal
those
with
lips
this.
meet,
Before they fall in love, do something wrong.
So I've got to deal with this other one before Seal Gaming gets hurt or whatever.
Or falls in love.
Or falls
Or
in
possibly both.
Or
Because
falls
is
in
a
love and
dangerous
gets
game.
hurt. Yeah.
It'll
Right.
really hurt you, Seal Game.
So what I would like to do is I would like to climb up onto the railings, dive in, and as I do, turn into a reef shark and try and land on the Sahara.
Okay. All right. This is interesting.
Always encouraging.
Good sign, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You're going to try and land on it?
Like with my mouth.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
I follow you.
yeah.
I follow you. It
With
kind
big
of.
teeth.
Let's just double check. Make me a wisdom saving throw, please.
Okay. Alright, that's like a 14.
Okay. The Sahuagin sees you coming.
Yeah.
And doesn't remove its mouth from the side of its friend, but
Yeah.
you hear a voice inside your head
Yeah.
that it's in Sahuagin, but you understand it. It just says, "Go away." You find, despite yourself, your little shark head just kind of turns, and you do you veer off.
I was trying to do this to mess with them and they've messed with me.
I shout, Merylwen, they can telepathically control sea creatures.
It would appear, yes, that they can telepathically control sharks, at least.
Whoa, that's so cool.
Oh, I was doing it to be like, you
Merylwen,
like sharks.
switch
so I'm
sides.
gonna-
It didn't even stop chewing. It's still like.
Merylwen's joined the sea folk.
Oh, man.
Right, so Hoogan's turn.
That's really cool though.
Yeah.
Hey, we've shown off some mechanics
You're
in
on
this
yeah,
game.
yeah.
Okay, so Hoogan makes a swipe at Seal Gaiman with its claws and misses.
Dare you.
You know what? Let's gonna have another go on that. Oh no! It swats at Seal Gaiman and gives a little nick on his
Oh.
snag.
We don't have a character sheet for Seal Gaiman.
No.
What's his health points?
I don't know. As we've established, his diet is extremely bad.
I mean, yeah, but you know how those people. It's like how are they so healthy given what they eat and
Oh,
drink?
like when you watch World's Strongest Man,
Right.
and they're like,
I'm not sure how healthy they are.
yeah, but they're strong.
I was thinking, I was
Like
thinking more of the
Seal
people I know who are all lean and muscular and really healthy, despite the fact they eat and drink trash.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
But a bit of both. Why not?
Sure.
Also, if anything in the Oxventure's got plot armor, it's Seal
Yeah,
Gaiman.
it's true.
But he kind of he spits out the mouthful of Sahuagin. It goes, "Whoa!"
Oh.
Like a sort of way. And you hear is weird. It's like he goes "Blah!" and he makes this incredible, ungodly loud noise that shakes. Like the water is dancing, the air around you is shaking. You're all kind of like, "Oh, whoa! What is that?" And then the noise continues. Just goes, "Whoa!" And Seal Gaiman closes his mouth. It's like, and as the noise continues, you realise that noise ain't coming from Seal Gaiman.
Oh.
In fact, in front of you, it looks like an entire island is rising from the water. It's got a sort of almost like a miniature mountain range. This thing is absolutely colossal. It's gargantuan, in fact. This island sort of continues to rise in front of you. You're currently on a direct collision course with it. The island sides are nearly touching the riverbanks, and then as it continues to rise, in front of it, a head comes up, and it is the head. If you imagine the head of just an enormous snapping turtle, it is there. It's kind of just going, and steam is kind of rising from its mouth. And you hear Suzette go, we should stop the ship!
We can't stop the ship. The water is lava. I scream back.
Oh, yeah.
We need to get out of it.
Yeah, you see. In fact, so everyone here has seen. It's a dragon turtle. Everyone here has definitely seen it. Corazon, you have seen it as a horrible fire-breathing monster that is laughing maniacally, like in like a real cartoonish, devilish sort of way.
I'm trying to scramble back into the boat, so I'm out of the lava, of course.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
And then I'll probably just be unable to function because of fear.
Strugs to funk. I get it. Egbert, it's your go actually.
Next to where the boat hook was, is there like a net for fishing?
Sure. Yeah.
I want to fish Seal Gaming out before he gets into any more trouble.
Or yeah. Okay.
Yeah, thanks.
Can we call it like a comically big, like almost like not hook a duck, the other thing, go fish.
Yeah. Yeah, big scoopy net.
All right,
Scoop.
strength
Honestly.
athletics, please, because he's eaten a surprising amount of Sahuagin, and he'd already had lunch before that.
That is an 18.
Yeah, fine. Okay. Yeah, you managed to scoop him out. He boom, like jumps out of the net as you scoop him on and kind of like lands on your chest as if to say, "I want a hug." But he can't hang on. So, in fact, Dex saving throw, please.
That is a 4.
You drop Seal again.
Oh no!
Lands on his back and goes, "Wah!"
Oh.
And he's crying now. Hope you're happy.
Yeah.
Turn him upside
Thanks
down.
a lot.
Turn him
Feels
upside down.
Dob.
To stop the
there we go.
boat.
Inverted.
For the immersion. I need it for the immersion. There we go.
Oh no.
Well, now I feel bad. That's just him getting a pint in.
Yeah,
let's
sure.
face it.
To stop the boat, as I remember, there were some like spears stuck in different places.
Yeah.
Like in the boat, I would like to pull 2 spears free and throw 1 at each of the paddles.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Log, stop, motor. You get it.
Yeah,
Stop
I get
boat.
it. Make me just a couple of dex checks for that, please. I don't
Okay.
think you have proficiency in spear.
Here comes the first one. That's that's an 8 plus. Sorry. 12 and 14.
Yeah. I'm gonna say both of those just like dun, 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 thud into the paddles and start turning around.
Yeah.
Doesn't really do much of
Were you
anything.
trying to get the spears in so that the slats were hitting it and not turning?
Yeah.
Oh,
They're the paddle motor things,
Oh, I
right?
see. Like putting
Yeah,
a
just
stick
jam
in the
it.
spoke of a
bike.
bicycle.
Yeah, I'm not explaining anything very well today. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I
Sticks
thought-
in the spokes. Yeah.
Right. I thought you were just like, if I create more water resistance. I was just imagining 2 spears just kind of like rotating with the wheel.
Must you think of Top? No, it was a good
No comment.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Let's see if they hold up. Well, that was a 1.
Oh.
Was it 1 for the spear or for the wheel?
Great question.
And that was a 5.
Okay. Wow.
So they go, and there's a brief moment where you're like, yes, I'm a genius, because both paddles can go,
I'm just going to live in that moment.
judder, 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 and then
Wait,
Just
let that moment drag a
twin
second longer.
explosions of just splinters, and the wheels start turning.
Are we out of combat then? Because it feels like we're very much in combat, but
There's
with
still
the
a
dragon.
there's still a
turtle.
Sahuagin left, and there's a dragon
Okay.
turtle there, and there's
Right.
stuff to
Well,
do.
in that case,
Can I, before my turn is over, can I cast Bardic Inspiration on Prudence?
Yeah, sure.
Cool. Oh, Prudence, that didn't work, but I think what you've got's going to.
well, okay, I feel inspired and pressurized.
Who wouldn't?
At the same time, I jog over to where Suzette is by the tiller, and I throw the paddles into reverse.
Inspiration for prudence.
I know how boats work.
Yeah, there's one of those like clink ding 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 things, and you put it in.
But
full
only with
reverse.
the help of Bardic Inspiration did I know how boats work. Because I'm not a seafaring type.
You've seen how not to do it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it inspired me.
You thought, there's probably a button that does what Dob just tried to do.
Yeah.
It's one of these boats with no way of stopping it.
I just demonstrated the way.
Yes, the paddles kind of like grind to a halt and then start backing water and kicking up a lot more kind of blood and chum. It's Suzette's go. Suzette Suzette turns to you, Prudence, goes, "Here, hold this," with the tiller.
Cool.
And then
Can I have the hat?
Will it
she
go
runs
on
out of the cabin,
Yep.
runs back into the
On
cabin.
here.
Just sort of hang it on one
It's
of the
Work it
balanced
down
on
one of the
horns.
horns. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, if you want to just...
poke 2 holes in it.
I'm ready.
Okay. She runs to the front of the Ban Marie, and you see her kind of like wave her arms and be like, hey, easy girl, easy. And she starts gesticulating at the dragon turtle, who is kind of still just going like, "Brrr." It's really very, very loud. Corazon, there's a lot of blood in the water. There's one Sahuagin there that's quite pissed off.
It'll be dead of lava soon, though.
Suzette seems to be trying to calm down the dragon turtle. Whether
Right.
this is folly, you don't quite know at this point.
So this natural one just lasts forever, does it?
Hmm?
This natural one just
No,
lasts.
just for a couple of turns.
No. Like you're back on the ship.
Yeah. But
Okay, Blake, we're still in my natural one, actually, if we're talking about nested ones.
I'm just saying, I'm still of the notion that the lava. I haven't noticed that that's not the case yet.
Yeah. I mean, like,
alright.
so it's still the water's still on fire.
Okay, well,
But
in that
Suzette
case, I
appears to
know-
be calming down the fire dragon.
Yeah.
And the Sahuagin seems to be impervious to it. The swine.
Okay, well, I assume that the Sahuagin will eventually die of the firewater. So, sort of crying and gibbering, I sort of crawl along the deck, trying to find shelter somewhere out of my mind with fear.
You can have inspiration for that.
Okay, good. I use my bonus action to go slightly further with my gibbering crawl.
A gibbering dash.
If it makes any difference, you've gibbered yourself into a lovely little corner where, like, it's sort of where some rope was coiled,
Yeah.
but there are also some blankets.
So I pull out some parchment and start to write my last will and testament.
Okay, well, this should be good.
Ooh, can't wait to read that.
Merylwen.
Okay, well, I
There's a
can't.
hooligan there who's kind of like, at this point now, holding on to the dead one to try and eat it later, but he's kind of like swimming towards the ship with one arm, as if to say, "I'm gonna get you."
Hang
Okay.
on, aren't you under Sahuagin
Oh, and you're
control?
still a shark.
Yeah, I'm still a shark, so I would like to.
Making your way to the ocean.
Yeah, you're two nautical miles downstream.
Oh no!
Okay,
But your speed is 30 miles an hour.
Well, she said 6 seconds.
If Merylwen, the telepathically controlled shark, turns around in the river at 3 p.m.,
You leave Peterborough.
then the paddle boat starts backing water in Peterborough at the same time, where will they meet?
Yeah. So, like, I might just, when it said
Permanently
go,
under the control of this Sahuagin for the rest of your
Does
life.
it?
Permanently under its control.
Um.
But you are currently a shark swimming the wrong way.
Yeah. Okay. So, what I would like to do then?
You can make me a wisdom saving throw to try and break free of its telepathic.
Yes.
Or live as a
control.
shark.
It's so great to,
Yeah,
the,
if
to
you
the
fail
rest of
this,
us.
you will live as a shark for the rest of your days.
Merylwen's just gone.
Yeah, well, the rest of us saw as Merylwen jump, turn into a shark, and just
Yeah.
away.
If you roll a 1, everything that was Merylwen will be consumed, and you're just going to live as a shark. You know, like the creeping threat in Brave, where it's like, if we don't turn my mum back
Yeah.
into my
She's
mum,
always
she'll
gonna
be a bear forever.
Ooh.
So don't roll a 1.
High stakes.
Oh.
20.
Hold on a minute, you think? I'm not a
A
reef
real
shark.
a reef shark.
A reef
yeah.
shark that needs to swim downstream forever because of my wonderful master as a hooligan. I'm Merylwen, and I don't take no guff off of anyone.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Corazon still gibbers at the lava river.
Let's say it
So-
wears off now. You're comfortable enough. You're like, home comforts. I don't appear to be on fire.
Okay.
Okay.
I look at my will and testament, in which I say all my money has to be turned into a statue of me and thrown in the sea,
Of course.
and I screw it up.
I mean, that's still valid. Like,
Yeah.
You could die later.
You might have
You don't
changed
have to
your
make
mind.
a fresh one for each
Okay.
life-threatening
I
scenario.
fold it up and place it in a bucket for later.
Perfect.
Merylwen is what do you do?
Right, I would like to leap out of the water because I realised shouldn't be a shark because that wasn't the right move. So I'd leap out of the water, turn into a giant eagle, and start flying back towards the boat.
Hot dang. Okay, yeah.
I bet
Sure.
that looks really cool.
You can do
Yeah.
that.
Then come back. I don't know whether I have used up all of my actions in doing that.
It wouldn't have been without the but that was
Yeah, that's your bonus action.
That's it.
Just imagining a shark's fins suddenly go
Yeah.
wings. No, you can have a bit more.
Okay, well, I'd like to
Animorphs.
come back and try and talon the Sahuagin.
Yeah, go on. Make a lovely talon attack on the Sahuagin.
Right. Wait, stats.
Pluck its eyes out.
Armor class is 12.
Right, hang on, get my evil stuff.
Whoa.
Geth's got talons.
I've already
Right.
given you inspiration.
So is it
Yeah,
what,
for
what
failing
was it
super
strength athletics? Or what was it?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Okay, yeah, 14.
Okay, yeah, great, you've hit.
Cool.
Do me some talon damage.
Excellent. So, yeah, melee weapon attack, 5 plus 5 to each hit, 1 target, hit d10, 2d6 plus. Okay.
Dang.
2d6.
2d6 plus 3.
Ooh.
So, 1 7, so that's 10. Plus 5 to each hit, or plus 5 to hit?
And
Is
that's
that
plus 5
just
to hit,
for
is in the modifier or the
modifier?
d20.
Oh wow, well, yeah, my modifier was way higher than that. So
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
But yeah, 10.
Great, okay. Yeah, sure, you claw its eyes out, why not?
Yeah.
You wanna just like, it
Oh
does
wait,
that thing.
it's a multi-attack, so I can also hit it with my beak.
Oh yeah, go on.
Okay.
Great.
Yeah, come on.
Okay.
And your bum.
1d6.
And your bum, did you just say?
Yeah, you can hit with both ends.
Okay, 3 plus 3, that's 6.
I really can't picture what part of an eagle is the bum.
The bit
The
where
bit
the
that
tail.
The
points
bit where the
just slightly
tail
upwards.
is.
That's
It's
the-
underneath
The
the
bit where
tail.
its tail is.
So
is
there's
the
the
tail.
tail,
Underneath
the
it's
butt
tail.
What's it
is
that
underneath
You can't
the
hit it with your
tail.
cloaca.
It just seems like it
Why
goes
not?
straight into leg.
And
With it.
why not?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess why not?
Eagles attack with both ends. That's Geth cannon now.
That's what we call a Geth cannon.
You know how like in like Mummers plays in Geth, there'll be an action scene and then you'll see someone go like ha, and then somebody will turn around to the audience and be like ah,
Yeah.
and their faces are bloody ruined.
Yeah.
That happens basically. The eagle kind of like makes a pass with the talons, gives it a little peck with the
I go
with
for
beak.
the nose, if it has a nose.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Obviously slaps it in the face with the tail and the tail circle and it's like bah! And it's got no eyes and all that kind of stuff. And it disappears. It sort of dives under the water and swims off in a panic. So we'll say we're out of combat now. Merylwen, you are still sort of soaring around as an eagle, but with the threat over and done with, I would say all of you start to enjoy a peaceful, easy feeling.
What about this giant snapping turtle thing?
I'm still flooded with theory.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I give you a big crooked thumbs up, Merylwen.
Well, so the paddle boat is starting to back water. In fact, Prudence, I'm going to say that the paddle boat has come to a stop and is starting to reverse. So you can
Yeah.
probably,
I'm
like,
looking over this, but like
So,
reversing it.
You going to keep reversing?
Away from the dragon turtle? Yeah, I think so.
Actually, yeah. You know what? That's a very good idea.
Back
you're,
it up.
You're backing up, so you start to you're going.
You got one
faster
hand on
than
the passenger
current.
seat. Yeah.
Down.
And the other one is making a peace sign.
Do dragon turtles breathe fire or anything like that? Is there anything we need to be immediately wary of?
Oh, they've got steam breath. It's scalding steam in a 60-foot cone.
Oh,
Can they
don't want
speak
that.
Draconic?
Yes. In fact, your services may be required because
Yeah, I might be busy then.
Suzette is at the front being like, ha, you've got to calm down, please, hey. And the dragon turtle is kind of like snapping it's like kind of like sniffing and kind of snapping its jaws around. Prudence, you sort of like, you're backing up the Ban Marie, but you do see you're now going a bit faster than the sort of the blood and the meat that is slowly drifting downstream from all the corpses. You're starting to get out of that, which seems quite good because effectively what you did in that combat was create a chum line.
Yes.
So the dragon turtle starts snapping up bits of like stray Sahuagin and it's kind of just generally like gorging itself.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah, that's what it's
Dragon
up
turtle.
to.
But it is blocking our way further.
It is rather, yeah.
All right. Can I just shout in Draconic? Enjoy this fine meal we've prepared for you, friend.
Yeah, sure. Could you also try and restrain Seal Gaiman, because he's currently trying to get over there and fight for the rest of the Zoo.
I hug him so tight.
Okay. He's sort of in that stage of crying where it's just about clearing up. It's like like the last ones are petering out.
Yeah.
Boom, boom.
Another one.
In fact, you'd have a sneaking suspicion he's playing it up slightly in case you've got the Scotch egg handy.
Overtime.
But yeah, what would a watery dragon turtle sound like?
Cowabunga.
Why not? Dude, it's a hooligan Carpaccio. My God, I love it. Nom 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 nom. To everyone else, basically, Egbert's kind of run up to the rail with a crying seal under his arm and has just hissed a bunch of draconic. And this thing is it's still so loud that it sounds furious. And all this time it's snapping up chunks of thing like blood spilling out of its mouth, along with river water. It all seems quite threatening. Until it kind of rears up and lifts a flipper. Obviously, you remember turtles' flippers kind of have sort of vestigial sort of fingers. It sort of half bends three of them. And you sort of maybe get the feeling that danger is past for now. But this thing is...
I return the gesture.
What's draconic for dude? Anyway, it's like, dude.
Dude.
Suzette's there being like... Are you two
just chatting.
simpatico?
Yeah.
Great, because I'll be honest with you, I don't speak Draconic, and my next move was just going to be sort of jump in the water. I don't know.
It's a bad idea.
She kind of.
Yeah.
What can I say? Could you just sort of tell it we're friends?
Yeah.
We work for the nature reserve. So glad he could join us. We're looking on finding him a breeding partner very soon. But in the meantime, if he could sort of let us pass and not destroy the boat,
Got it.
Carry on eating the Sahuagin. Dragon stuff. You get
Yeah.
it, right?
Yeah, I can relay that.
Okay, cool.
And I do. I say, dude, we just need to get past. Is that cool with you?
Oh, dude, where are you going? Going anywhere fun?
We're heading to the lab upriver.
What's a lab?
It's a sort of place where they do science stuff. I don't really understand it
Sounds
because I'm cool like you.
Yeah.
They were saying that they're looking to find you a breeding partner. They kind of hook you up with a girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever.
This hotel's weird.
Yeah. I'm new here too. But I was wondering if we could just squeeze our little boat past and head further upriver while you enjoy your fine dining.
Yeah, dude, yeah, fine. Yeah, on you go.
Thanks, man.
He doesn't move at all. He's just like, yeah, cool. Peace out.
Just squeeze to the side a little bit? Just a tiny bit, please.
Huh? Oh, dude, I'm huge!
You are.
Right, yeah, no, totally. Hold on. It just kind of just sinks to the bottom of the river.
Thanks.
It's like kind of on it with an underwater kind of vibrato, like, oh, did you go, dude?
Thanks, dude.
Prudence, stick it in drive.
Wait, that way.
That's the one. Clang, clang. And with an eldritch boop boop, the paddles start up again, and you start churning water, and you kind of. You travel upriver. The rest of your journey is quite peaceful, actually. Merrill, are you making the rest of the journey as an eagle? Or
I'm as an eagle. I've picked up some Sahuagin for Seal Gaiman. I found a leg
cool.
and brought it on board.
All right.
And now I'm just kind of preening because I'm like, I like being a bird sometimes. It's fun.
All right.
And,
great.
yeah.
Seal Gaiman gorges himself. There's bits of Sahuagin flying everywhere. The deck is a real mess. It looks like a secret.
I looked at it and I'm not picking that up.
No, everyone's just a bit like.
He'll get through all eventually. He'll lick the deck clean.
Kind of just there, just gnawing on a leg. And you slowly start to make you slowly resume your journey. And eventually you start to see some sort of jetties there with sort of the odd building And you realise you're slowly coming into what must be the heart of this reserve, where all of like the buildings are, where they run it from. And indeed, as you come round sort of a river bend, there is one very large, grand structure with kind of a glass dome on the top. It looks like part museum, part laboratory, part visitor centre almost. And there is a big landing there. And you see on the landing, there is sort of like a wizened human man sort of standing there. He's got a cane. He's sort of just waving like, "Hello! Hello!" She goes, "That's him.
Professor Hammerdal.
Professor Hammerdal, yeah."
Cool. He's older and more wizened than I was expecting.
Yeah, he's been around a while. It's taken a while to secure this much funding. I don't know why I'm even whispering.
You say secure funding. Is he not independently wealthy?
Well, I mean, he is, but he's gathered that wealth through a series of projects.
I see.
But I didn't realise he was this rich.
Yeah, this is quite impressive.
It is.
Can't wait to meet this Hammerdal. Sit down and have a chat.
Yeah.
That was me obliquely complimenting myself there. It is impressive, and well told.
That's
Well,
so vivid.
Yeah, I'm sure you will.
Yeah, I didn't realise he was so wealthy, I say. Smacking my lips once more.
Oh, he is.
You go back to the Will and Testament and just adjust the size of that statue.
Yeah, right.
Oh, he's super wealthy. He hired me initially to be his treasurer, but well, that didn't work out. So now I'm just sort of general research assistant, and I just help. Well, I don't know why she's doing this because she's
doing
not
dumbbell curls.
No.
Yeah, she's just working out. She's doing like some aerobics. Just Suzette stuff.
Yeah, so he's super rich and very frail.
You gonna marry him?
Curl my mustache.
Yeah, you're preening?
Yeah.
All right.
Just gonna wax
Seems like
you.
Meryl's not the only one. Fine. Well, like in short order, Prudence like expertly guides the paddle boat in to do like a parallel park type deal. I don't know how paddle boats work. You drift it. You drift it. And it's dead
sideways.
cool.
Sideways.
Yeah.
Onto a jetty.
It's got one of those movable paddles.
Yeah.
And there's a gangplank there that you can sort of run down. So you're going kind of boop, 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 all the way down. Just trailing blood behind.
That's my boy.
And yeah, you see a man in like a pristine white suit kind of standing there. He goes, hello.
Cool. I walk up to him, take his hand and kiss him. Say, Enchanté.
Charisma check, please. Charisma performance, I guess, yeah.
Dirty 20.
He's into it. Hello there. My name is Professor Hammerdal. Welcome to the reserve.
Corazon de Maena, dashing rogue. It's a pleasure.
Yes, you are. The pleasure's all mine.
I'm
Thank
going to
you.
do another button and just leave.
Constitution saving throw. Oh, that's a 3. He sort of shakes his left arm a little bit and scratches at his chest absent-mindedly. Well, I'm so pleased you could make it here. I understand you have brought something of, well, world-shattering importance. Is it true? Did Suzette tell true? You carry not just dragon eggs, but a golden dragon?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
I mean,
And an eagle.
And an eagle, which is also good.
We're throwing in the eagle.
Oh, a free eagle. He raises an arm.
yeah, I say, oh, yeah.
Oh, I love eagles.
Oh, don't stress your heart.
Not until it's all nice and legal.
Oh, right. I'm not as hale and hearty as I used to be. Oh! Meryl's just circling while he has this conversation. Excellent. Well, yes, 2 dragons did appear recently.
Oh,
and
how are they doing?
Well, they seem to be thriving. They've been very busy, hunting and
Lovely.
exploring the reserve. And we have the whole island here.
It's beautiful. We've only seen some of it, but it's absolutely incredible.
It's
so
lovely and valuable.
Yes, I hope you weren't given any trouble on the way up. We've had all sorts of pests coming into the river, trying to prey on our dragon turtle. Don't know if you've ever eaten a dragon turtle before.
Are they delicious?
They're delicious. That's how they ended up so endangered in the first place. He then smacks his lips a lot.
Yeah. Very rich, though, full of cholesterol.
Oh, yes. Oh, no. No, I wouldn't dare eat any now. Sure, it would do for me as sure as I'm exceedingly wealthy and very frail.
I would like to just study Hammerdal's sort of face and everything he says over like the last 30 seconds. Okay. I want to basically scrutinize him and just try and like get a reading on whether or not he's breeding these animals for human consumption. Because I didn't think he was, but what he just said sounded a lot like, I can't eat this turtle, but I sure hope my investors can.
Okay, make me a wisdom insight check, please.
1.
The ocean boils up here.
You brute! I yell and pounce on him. Yeah. Eat them, would you? These beautiful creatures.
No, Dom.
Oh my. Oh, goodness.
How could you? These magnificent beasts. What did they ever do to you?
Off him.
Suzette puts a hand on your chest. Dom. What are you doing?
Suzette, are you working for him? Ah. I might need one more. Ah.
You good?
I may have misread the situation.
Ah.
We all line up like that seated airplane.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah. After about 20 or 30 slaps, I gradually, calm down again.
You realise that.
Sorry, Hammerdal, I realise I haven't made the best first impression there, but it was just...
No, it's fine.
I'm just, after the time we've had with these dragons and these dragon eggs, we're just a little skittish about preservation, and, you know, I would hate to think that we're bringing these dragons here and these vulnerable eggs that we've protected...
Of course.
With such fervour,
of course,
that we're bringing them in danger in any way.
Yes.
Do I have your word that all creatures here are safe and free to?
They are safe here, and what's more, they are cherished.
All right, cool.
I admit that, yes, they have been glib of me to describe the dragon turtle as delicious. They are. Solely wanted to explain that is why they're so endangered, and that is why it's so important we protect them.
Yes, Hammerdal. I'm so sorry. I cast Cure Wounds on any damage I've done to your frail friend.
Yeah.
He straightens up. Not as much as you would hope. He is old and frail.
Sure.
Well, yes, as I say, the dragons have been exploring thoroughly. I believe they are looking for a place to nest, which may be where you come in. Am I right in thinking that the eggs were laid by one of these magnificent creatures?
The ice one.
Yeah. I see. Well, yes, we'd be happy for them to, once they find a suitable location, you know, if you'd be happy to assist us if you ferry the eggs up to them, then we'd absolutely, we'd be honoured to give golden dragons the best start at returning to life and to stability here in Geth.
Yeah. And I imagine it will be nice to have some more faces around here. You must get very lonely.
We do, yes. We have such a skeleton staff here, really.
We do. Yeah.
I've lost track. I don't care who has it. If you had it, you've got it twice. Just go. It's obviously we have contractors who come and go, and when they acquire endangered or abandoned species, they bring them here. But actually, here on the island, we don't have so many people. You'll meet the others, I'm sure. But let me give you something of a tour.
Lovely.
Great. He goes, don't worry, your bags and things, well, the eggs, if you trust us to carry them in for you, you can keep them on you, of course, if you prefer, but your things will be carried to your accommodation.
We all right with that?
I think it's fine if we're
Suzette's
on the island anyway.
Yeah, I mean,
following Suzette's vibe check.
Suzette's like,
Yes.
Denise, yells Professor Hammerdal. Denise is a fellbog. Fellbogs are like really, really like 7-foot plus tall creatures. He's wearing like thick black rimmed glasses. She kind of walks up and goes, "Yes, Professor, what is it?" And he goes, "This is Denise. Denise is our chief technician here at the island. Really is just so important to the whole operation. We always say we wouldn't get anything done without Denise. Denise, could you carry these bags to their accommodation, please?"
You didn't say the magic word.
I did. I said, "Please."
Oh yeah, no, you did. no, the
But
magic
it's only
word.
funny if you didn't.
Oh yeah.
Denise goes, "Sure, yeah."
Alakazam is the magic word.
Yes, famously, everyone who's ever cast a spell, D&D yells, "Alakazam."
Or it doesn't work.
Dob whispers it under his breath every single time.
Oh, is
he
that
goes.
what you've been whispering?
Yeah.
Oh, it all makes so much sense now. Well, Denise kind of like goes, "Fine," starts gathering up luggage and kind of shoots a dirty look at the professor. But I'm sure that'll all be fine and nothing will come of that later. But yeah, he sort of shows you into the place. There is, as I say, you saw the sort of the grand visitor centre there. He goes, "This is the base of our whole operation. We do our research here. We discuss which species are most urgently in need of saving, and of course we talk about their ecological impact. Let me show you to one of our projects that's furthest on here at the island." And he leads you not to the visitor centre, but sort of like a 15-minute walk round the corner. All the way he's sort of babbling, being like, "Of course, this all grew up from nothing. We had to build it, and we really didn't not spend any money," he says.
Does he explain as he's going, like in broad strokes, sort of what the process has been for bringing back these endangered or indeed extinct?
Sure, that's
species?
something. Yeah, that's something you can ask, because, well, of course,
How do you do it? These things are big. How is it done?
Well, really, what we did was we started off with collecting up species that already exist but are endangered, and we've given them stable environments. I'm about to show you one here that I believe is our most successful project to date. I'll explain why we started there. But of course, I did mention we are trying to bring back fully extinct species, and there we started with fossils and with necromancy. And what we did there is we sort of just brought them back to life, which was at first challenging and dangerous and painful. But then we realized that if you bring something back to life in its sort of skeletal form, and then this is where it all gets a bit technical, you hit it extremely hard with a warhammer, you can break open its bones. And a little known thing about necromancy is when you bring something back in its sort of bone fossilized form, the marrow regenerates. And with the marrow, you can isolate certain genome types, and then through some complicated science bit that we'll sort of gloss over, you can then eventually bring back living specimens.
Whoa!
Oh, that's amazing.
You grow them in artificial wombs, and eventually they come out and they are flourishing. We're able to bring back different DNA strands, so there's no worry about interbreeding, and then we're able to start in entire families. There have been some teething issues, which I'll talk to you all about later. He really makes fierce eye contact with Dob at this point, and sort of smacks his lips in a weird sort of way.
Oh.
But that's the sort of gist of it. But
It must be a lot of work. You must have a very understanding husband or wife.
Oh no, I never married. Well, except my work, of course.
Oh, of course.
Well, I've never met the right man, I suppose. But please, this way. Less about me, more about our work here. He sort of pushes open two sort of large double doors that kind of swing out in a sort of like majestic, here we go sort of way. There are flaming sconces either side for some reason. And he opens the door, and suddenly there's a snowscape in front of you. There's like an Arctic wind is blowing, and you see sort of like snow motes dancing around. And he goes, "This way, please. This way." The doors he closes the doors behind you, and he goes, "Now, listen." You hear faintly on the wind a kind of like a wolf howl, and it's joined by others. He goes, "It's a beautiful sound that's so nearly disappeared from all the iciest regions of Ghent. What we've done here is we've started a breeding program with ice wolves. Now, Geth's ice wolves. Originally, when we started this work, there were 5 left. Just one pack.
Egbert nervously hides coat of 40 wolves.
His eyes.
79.
Oh, 80, sorry.
Yeah. His eyes sort of dance over your coat, and he sort of smacks his lips disapprovingly. Because these wolves can withstand the most freezing temperatures. Other wolves would simply perish in the environment that these are used to living and hunting in. And their absence has decimated the ecosystem nearby. Did you know that ravens and wolves have a symbiotic relationship?
No.
Indeed, it is thought that ravens are... Good. It is thought that ravens are one of the reasons that wolves hunt in packs, as an individual wolf is more than capable of bringing down prey sufficient to feed itself. What is dangerous about that for a lone wolf is that ravens will carry off most of the kill. Even in a pack, ravens will take up to 1/3 of the carcass, which of course means that the wolves have to hunt more. But this has formed a symbiotic relationship because the ravens get fed, and they in turn will even lead wolves to vulnerable, sick or dying animals, or frozen corpses. If they cannot scavenge the meat for themselves because it is too hard and is frozen, they will lead wolves to it. The wolves will break it open and they get to feed. A symbiotic relationship.
Wow,
but then, of course,
that's super horrible.
Isn't it?
They say.
If you take out one half of that equation, the other starts to wither. Wither. We also have wyverns here. We've got wyverns there. They're really something. But anyway, obviously with the decline of these wolves, the ravens have started to suffer, and that in turn has caused all sorts of little moving parts of the ecosystem to fall out of whack. And so we feel with this breeding program, we have 80 wolves here. Different packs, all of them.
This one is getting a little warm.
80 wolves all running around. And once we reintroduce them to the wild, it is our firm belief that the iciest regions of Geth will again begin to flourish.
All right, sounds great.
As someone who has been attacked by wolves in an icy region, I think to myself, this doesn't sound like the best idea. Maybe it's fine to let some... Wait, stop doing that.
Sorry, it's cold. My lips get chapped.
Soothe his lips, Corazon.
You seem sort of...
Cast,
My lips get chapped.
cast grease on his mouth.
I cast grease on his mouth.
Heavens. Sort of, he looks suspiciously at the eagle. He's like, no problem.
Yeah.
I go, anyway, we should it's nearly feeding time, and I don't want anyone to get eaten. Ha ha. Leads you back out of the room. And he goes, and of course, that's just a portion of the work we're doing here. I really believe it is vital to the flourishing of Geth. Geth, of course, has seen many an ecological disaster in its time. I mean, as surely some of you will have known, fully half of the Tangle was deforested and burned down. Very
terrible
recently.
business. Terrible business.
The damage is
and yet-
we're still trying to assess how much damage has been done, how many creatures have been driven to the brink or even over the brink of extinction.
And yet so often isn't it true that sometimes you need that sort of destruction to foster new life and growth?
Well, yes. In terms of plant life, sure, a good burn is what the soil needs to regenerate, but we're talking about living specimens here.
Isn't it true
Living.
that some animals are just jerks? And their skids sit there, they're dead.
Well, of course, there are some animals we're simply not bringing back because they are jerks. But some animals deserve a chance, don't you
Mega
think?
wasps.
Even if some...
Mega wasps.
Oh, mega wasps. Oh, don't even get me started on mega wasps.
The jerktopus.
The jerktopus. Horrible. Dreadful. I'm not bringing that one back
8
either.
arms for pranks. You can do 8 pranks simultaneously.
But I hope, in turn, you will learn to appreciate our mission. You've already done so much for us and for Geth in bringing these eggs here, but I'm hoping you'll stay a while
Heroes.
and help us with our research.
That's what I'm hearing.
Heroes, sure.
Heroes to nature. That's us.
So, if you'd like some time to settle in, that would... you're more than welcome. You can stay as long as you like. In fact, I hope you do. Stay forever.
There is the small matter, and I hate to be vulgar, Professor,
Sure.
of our fee as contractors.
Oh, of course. Oh, we can draw that up. Absolutely.
What do we want?
Money.
Do you not know how this works?
In exchange for our services.
Yeah, money can be exchanged for goods and services. So we get the money for our services, and then we exchange it
We
for
buy
goods.
goods with it.
Right. Okay. Why don't we just do the goods and services? What would we use the money for, goods and services
You know,
wise?
like fine brandies.
We can make brandy.
How do you can't make brandy.
I make
Preston
brandy.
did just say something that tastes like brandy.
Yeah. Taste my hand. It tastes like brandy now.
It's
Just
brandy.
taste your hand.
Fine. Use
To
your
be honest
money.
with you, it's more of a reflex to acquire loot and gold. That
Well, I,
Force of habit.
not for
Yeah.
me, it isn't. I want the loot and gold, so I'll have your share, Dob.
Is there another? Okay.
Of
We
course, yes.
need money.
Sure, yes, of course. You will be generously.
he won't be negotiating for us.
You will be generously compensated.
Wait, how many of us are there?
For your
We need
efforts.
5 money.
5 money, sure.
Yes. Actually, no. I don't need only 4 money.
No, we need 5 money, but I get 2 money.
Yes. We need 5 money.
Look, how you spend the money is entirely up to you, but of course you will be compensated generously for your.
I would also like
Your
a
efforts.
necromancy reactivated dinosaur. Wait, do we have dinosaurs? Have you even got any dinosaurs?
I was going to say that was a pretty brief tour.
Just the
Yeah.
question. And in fact, the next thing I was going to talk to you all about, and especially you, Dob. Come this way. You've been walking and talking as he says this. There is a door with a very heavy padlock. Oh yeah. Which he kind of undoes and opens it. And he pushes it, and there's another set of doors. He goes, please, the doors behind you, if you will. The doors sort of. He closes the open doors and throws a couple of very heavy bolts. It's like safety precaution, you understand. And he turns to this door, throws another pair of very heavy bolts and pushes it open. And there is sort of a paddock there. And you see in the... So right, so there's a paddock in front of you. It's actually in front of you and down. You are kind of on sort of like, there's a balcony with a railing. And it's sort of, this paddock is in a pit. Sort of looks down and goes, behold. And you see
Yes.
a heckin' living Triceratops.
Is it skeletal? Is it necromancy reactivated?
This one is not.
Oh,
It is-
the
it
fleshy
is-
one.
Yeah.
No, I want the necromancy
Well,
one.
you could kill it and then bring it back to life.
Well,
Oh, that's true. All right.
This
Disregard.
one, yeah, this one isn't a skeletal necromancy dinosaur. I'll tell you what it is, though. It is thrashing about, sort of screaming at the top of its lungs, and foaming prodigiously at the mouth. Dob, you kind of see this, you go, what the? And you feel an old wizened hand kind of settle on your shoulder. And you
Hello.
say, Dob, could I have a word?
Yes.
And I think we'll end it there.
I know why.